Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Akim out in the four corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. This is Dr. Kwal Moth of the GMS Dallas camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. Lord's willing, edifying unto the hopeful elect. Okay, because we are at the time, we're at the prefaces of the kingdom, being fulfilled and brought into its proper place, which is rulership. Yeah, and I'm talking to mainly you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. Okay, because you have been, hoodwinked, to not know your history. All right, but Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai has set this thing up so skillfully that he allowed your enemy to use your history to try to rule the whole known world, because you were given rulership. You were given rulership. You were the ones that were supposed to be ruling, okay? But yet they are trying to set up in your place, i.e. the tiny tops, okay? But I'm just going to jump straight into the scriptures, and Abaratazah, again, I hope this is edifying to the hopeful elect, okay? And in scripture, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai will pose a question, but the answer has already been revealed, all right? Or it's going to be revealed, all right? But now that we're in the last days, most of them have been revealed. It's been revealed openly, especially unto the prophets, as it says in that Hosea 3:7. Loosely paraphrasing, he revealed the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right, so they already have the understanding, which is being bestowed unto the ones who have not known, or who are freshly coming into this thing of ours that Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai set up. All right, but the question is, how are the things are Esau? So how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? So how can we search out Esau Edom for who he is, for what he is, and for why he's doing the things that he's doing? Where can we find this information? Okay, and the answer, I'm just gonna give it to you. You can go now. I typically stay hovering around the Apocrypha, okay, and call it out by Shemi Al-Shai for that, because the wisdom and understanding that is given from the Apocrypha hasn't been touched as much, because it's a hidden book. All right, it's only given unto the elect to know. What does Elder Yasazak always say? The Bible isn't for everybody. Everybody just has a Bible, a Bible. But I'm going to go to Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the answer. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." So in this book, we can find out and we can search out Esau, all right, and what he is and what he has done upon the face of the earth. Okay, we know that he was the firstborn of Jacob. He was the firstborn of Jacob, but we know that through these scriptures, he doesn't have he doesn't have a place to stand, all right, before our power, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, because the Most High cut him off, because of his because he's the reincarnation of Cain, okay, and the things that he did to his brother, up until this day, which Esau are the self-proclaimed white men. Okay, self-proclaimed because they proclaim themselves to be holier than thou. Okay, so I'll read it again. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the law that endureth forever. All right, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Okay, so whenever you come into this thing, all right, this thing that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai set up for the elect, okay, they that keep it will be renewed day by day. All right, but if you leave it, all right, you're he that wandereth out the way of the Salakia. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. I believe that's Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 16. All right, but if you wander out of the way of the understanding that is given to us by this book, okay, by the wisdom that's in this book, because wisdom, is the principal thing, and with all thy getting, get understanding, okay? So with the understanding that comes with the wisdom, that begets knowledge, all right? That becomes, something that, you absorb and you live it, all right? Because whenever you live something out, you become wise thereby, all right? But I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. Okay? It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." It says, "His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not." So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has already searched them out. All right, he's already searched them out. He's already condemned him, okay, because of what he has done to his brothers, or to his brother. He has pursued his brother with the sword. Okay, he's trying to kill him and take him out the way so he can get back the blessing, because he gave the blessing away. All right. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is a defender of Jacob, Esau's brother, all right. Esau wants the birthright back. All right. So his seed is spoiled. That's that Baruch chapter 3. Chapter 3. Is it 12? Is it 3 and 12? 1 second, Salakia. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 12. It says, Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. Hold on, that's not it. That's 4. Hold on. Salakia. My phone acting up. Baruch chapter 3, verse 10. Salakia, that was Wisdom of Solomon. That was Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. I'll read 10. It says, But the ungodly shall perish according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because he cast the blessing off. Esau has gone far and wide to try to remove himself from the blessing of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And now in these last days, he sees the wrong that he has done. All right, and he wants his blessing back. Okay, so he has been trying to remove the seed of Jacob because the seed of Jacob got the blessing. He's trying to remove the seed of Jacob. That's why you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. You know, he doesn't want you to be any form of rulership. All right, he really wants to cast you down and to remove you from the planet Earth so he can reign forever. All right, it says, verse 12, it says, their wives are foolish and their children wicked. All right, their offspring is cursed. Okay, but going back to the point of that Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10, it says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right. So Esau can't hide anymore. We know who you are, as it says in that 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. You know, you are the seed of the wicked. All right. All right. And with you being that seed, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about to remove you from the planet Earth. Okay. You know, after you serve 1,000 years of captivity, and then we gather you all up. All you Edomites are going to be gathered all up. And y'all are going to hope and pray for this day, because the captivity that you're going to serve is going to be double of what we serve, but in righteousness. So, you know, over here, you know, it's been about 400 years here in this wicked ass queendom called America. All right. But, you know, the Roman captivity, you know, that was about, you know, 4, you know, so you're going to get double. All right. And then we're going to round you up, and then we're going to burn you with fire like a cigarette. What's that? In England, it's called a fag. Okay. Because that's the mindset that you led over here. Okay. And with that, I'm just going to jump straight to the point. I'm going to get this Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, Esau, Edom. And as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about to set up a righteous kingdom. All right, and that righteous kingdom is going to be the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent. Okay? Y'all are going to be the ones to rule in this kingdom to come. No one else. All right? And Esau, Edom is going to be rounded up. All right? And he's going to be put to shame and then put to the fire. Well, he's in his shame right now. All right? So, Salakia, I'll put one more. This is first Esdras, chapter 4. I'll just get to the point, 37. Because over here in Babylon the Great, you know, everything is out of course. So we have to do away with everything because it's out of course. Okay? It says in verse 36, I'll start at 36. This is first Esdras chapter 4, verse 36. It says, and this was King Darius of the Persian Empire. All right, I proceed. All right, it says, all the earth crieth upon the truth, and he that blesseth it, well, Slakia, all the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heavens blesseth it, and work and all works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. All right. So, and that's what this truth. This truth, there's no unrighteous thing in it, because no, it says in that Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. I perceive it says no unrighteous thing can fall into wisdom. All right, because wisdom is pure. Okay, so this world has to be annexed. Esau Edom has to be removed because it's just all wickedness. All right, verse 37 it says wine is wicked, the kings are wicked, or the kings is wicked, women are wicked, and all the children of men are wicked. All right, and such are all their wicked works. Okay, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. All right, because Esau Edom has to be taken out. All right, this has to be annexed. All right, this whole kingdom has to be removed so a righteous king can stand up and rule in spirit and truth. All right, and with the 144,000, all right, and the great innumerable multitude, all right, that's going to bring back all of Jake that has been on this side. They're going to rule in the kingdom forever. Okay, so I'll read 38. It says, as for truth, it endureth and is always strong. It will live it. It's like it liveth and conquereth forever. So Yahweh Shemi Shai is about to rule and conquer every known kingdom forever. All right. So Tawada for listening. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh Shemi Shai, Bahashim Kakodash. Shalom and shalom.